Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel, another video for the fans. So week 2, day 2. So starting off with trap bar deadlifts on the low handles. Now that I'm on the second week, I've increased the weight substantially. Last week was just an easy introduction week. So this is week number 2 of 7. So the plan today was to go about 255 kilos on the trap bar, 2 sets of 3. So notice for the first 2 sets I do 5 reps and then 3, and then after that I just do singles and just try and pull fast with intent. You want to keep the reps low. You don't want to water down your warm-ups with reps and fatigue. So I think all told I did 5 warm-up sets. This is the 5th and final one there. 5 plates aside, 235 kilos. This trap bar weighs 35 kilos empty. So now this is the first working set. 255 kilos or 562 pounds. So the amount of warm-up sets that you do doesn't really matter too much. Sometimes I don't need as many, sometimes I need more, but I always try and make sure that I don't fatigue myself doing the warm-ups. You want to stimulate, not annihilate. You know, you don't want to do so much that by the time you get to your top sets that you're fatigued and then you can't perform as well as you otherwise should. So I make sure that I pretty much keep the reps low. Like I say, sometimes even singles when the weight gets heavier, and then just do my 2 sets of 3. So this is the second and final set, 260 for 573. And yeah, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't too hard either. So I believe next week we'll be crossing the £600 mark for trap bar deadlifts. So yeah, I think I'll be dropping to 2 sets of 2 next week as well. So hopefully I'll be able to move them nice and easy. Moving on now to the yoke. So with the moving events, I'm alternating them every week. So 1 week farmers, which was last week, this week yoke, and then next week will be farmers as well. And I'm going to be progressing the weight each week. So the protocol for this was to do 15 metres drop in turn in under 17 seconds. This 440 pounds was just a warm up, and it actually took me 17.1 seconds. I couldn't believe that. But I didn't realise it took that long, so I loaded it up to 260, which is the weight that I'm using now. And it was only when I went back and looked at the video that I thought, hello, it's taken just over 17 seconds, that's bad. So I was going to do another set of 200, but I'd already loaded the yoke up to 260 kilos, and I couldn't be bothered. Fortunately though, I managed to do it in under 17 seconds like I wanted to, so yeah, really happy with that. Afterwards, single leg curl, so I just do 2 sets. Last week it was 2 sets of 12, this week 2 sets of 10. So this week I'm just doing a top set of 10, and then I didn't film it, but after this I did a drop set with 55 pounds per leg. This was quite hard as well. Wasn't a failure. I probably could have gone a little bit higher, but I'm going to save it for next week. Next week I'll drop to 8s, so I'll be more weight then, probably 40 kilos or £88 a leg next week probably. And if that moves right, I might even go even higher than that. If not, I'll just do the drop set. So just 2 sets, just keeping the volume low really. I'm only doing these for the first 3 weeks, and then after that I'll be moving on to the leg press, because I really want to pound the leg press and really push that. Okay, 4th and final exercise, the hop shock. So, same as I did last week. Last week I did 2 sets of 2 reps. This week I did 3 sets of 2 reps. So for those of you that haven't seen this before, the heart shock exercise is basically jog 20 metres, sprint 20 metres, and then pick up said implement and carry that 20 metres. Can be a keg, which I'm using there, can be a sandbag, it doesn't really matter too much, as long as it gets you winded and improves your conditioning. So jog 20 metres, sprint 20 metres, carry implement 20 metres, that is 1 rep. So here I'm doing 2 reps because I'm about to bring that keg back in a minute now, and that's 1 rep. I've got a Fitbit that I wear, And while I was doing this, I had it on. You can see it there on my right wrist, and my heart rate was well into the 150s. I think it was about 153, something like that. So what I do, this is the second set now. So basically, what I do is I sit down and I rest until my heart rate goes just below 100, and then I go again. Um, at the moment, it takes about 3 minutes and 20 seconds for my heart rate to go back down to just under 100. So second set, I try and carry the keg so that it's basically sitting on my stomach or my chest. You don't want to carry the keg too low, otherwise you run the risk of it banging into your legs, and that's obviously going to slow you down. And yeah, like I say, this I find really hard, and like I say, you don't need a heavy implement. I've seen some people, they'll do like what they call hot shock, and they'll carry it like, they'll jog 10 metres or 5 metres or whatever, and then carry like 100 or 120 kilo sandbag, which is fine, but a true hot shock should be about 20 metres, because I can guarantee you probably won't be lifting a sandbag that heavy if you're doing 20 metres. So that's the second set, and then I rest again, and again it took me about 3 minutes and 20 seconds for my heart rate to go just under 100. So this is the third and final set now, and yeah, like I say, this was really tough. Not to my limit though, but I do find it quite hard going, but this is something that I do need to do. I really do need to work on my conditioning, because it is something that does let me down, especially in competitions. So if I can, I'm going to try and drop a few pounds. At the moment, I'm currently weighing about 316 pounds, so that's 22.5 stone in old money. So going to try and see if I can get to the 300 pound mark, or maybe just below that, and try and still keep my strength up. Because I'm doing a peaking block at the moment, I'm not looking to drop strength, because I really want to push my bench and I really want to max out my trap bar deadlift at the end of this 7-week cycle. But in the new year, I'm going to start a new training block again, and I probably will try and adjust my diet a little bit, and maybe try like some carb cycling or something, because I really do want to try and work on getting lean now. I'm 44 years old, and you know I do need to start getting lean, not just for fitness but for health reasons as well now. Really, I don't want to keep going on being 315 pounds plus. It's not good for your health. But I've been concerned with strength for so long now, but you know I do want to try and be the athlete as well. I do really want to be able to like move well and feel good, and you know not be the kind of guy that's strong but then gets out of breath going up the stairs. So yeah, so that concludes the video. I'm going to call it a day now, but yeah, looking forward to week 3, so I'll see you guys for the next video.